Hey Linda, do you have a few minutes, 10 minutes to say, to have a little coffee time so we can answer some questions that we've got from some members?
Could I say no?
No,
Okay,
we have to do it.
All right.
So one of our members has asked
You
us.
stop me at the coffee machine, don't you?
I do. I make sure that you're up and around.
Okay.
You have plenty of coffee.
Sign of life. Okay, go ahead.
So one of our members was asking us, do I need terms and conditions on my website to collect data?
No.
And what do you mean no? So what do you need?
No. No means no. Have you not been paying attention to all the policies?
Obviously.
Okay. See, you shouldn't have let me drink the first half of the coffee before you came in. All right. So what you need in order to collect data on your website is you must have a privacy policy. You must have a privacy policy. A privacy policy describes what data you collect, what you do with that data you collect, how you secure that data you collect, what rights the consumer has or doesn't have in that data, and it always has a California resident privacy policy. Now, there's 4 other states, by the way, that have similar statutes as California, but for right now, focus on California because they're the only one that has an active enforcement agency coming into enforcement in July. So you must have a privacy policy. Terms and conditions, or it might be called terms of use, or terms of service, or terms of purchase, depending upon what you are doing with the website. Am I selling a service? Am I selling a product? Am I truly just collecting data for like email marketing purposes? Your terms of use is a contract you're going to make with the consumer that's going to cover contractual areas. Okay?
What do you mean contractual areas? What?
Well, let's say you have a news site.
Okay.
Okay? And so you're posting news, but you're posting news from third parties, right? So you want to have disclaimers there. You want to have limitations of liability there. You want to have arbitration provisions there. You have to be very careful with those because they might or might not hold up depending upon how you write them. Even a perfectly written one in some states won't hold up. You want to have a limitation on damages. You know, your damages are limited to $10. You want to have disclaimers on there saying, this is a general information, but you know, don't close out your 401k and go buy a bunch of gold in some other 401k based on based on what you're seeing or an article you see on my website. The other thing too is if you have ads on those websites, in your terms and conditions, you're gonna say, look, you leave that, you're on your own. You know, these links are not controlled by me. I'm not selling the product or the service. So if you look at terms of use, it's all defenses for you if the consumer ever comes after you for something that you posted on the website. Privacy policy, on the other hand, that's where you tell consumers, I'm collecting information from you directly, but also from you while you're on my website, i.e. cookies, you know. A lot of technology collects on websites now. So, the privacy policy is disclosing what I'm taking from you, what I'm going to do with it, how I'm going to use it, and whether or not you can tell me to stop. Well, in California, I can tell you to stop. Almost everywhere else, you can't. The terms and conditions, on the other hand, are here's all the defenses I'm going to put forward if you try to sue me, and here's how I'm going to limit your ability to sue me. So, both are equally important. And both should be on your website. If you are collecting California data, the third thing you should absolutely have on your website is a do not sell my information link. And that should link into a program, it can link into an embedded form, gives a email address or an 800 number to call and say, please stop, don't sell my information. Or 90 to 95% of the requests you get is just delete my information. So that's what that is. Privacy policies and terms of use should also be placed on your corporate websites. And then part of it has to be, I want to say discounted. It's not really discounted, but it's waived when you enter into a full term and condition with like a business another business, like a business client, a vendor, a service provider, or contractor. So that's what the two differences are. Must have a privacy policy. Terms and conditions or terms of use, terms of service are not necessary, but you would be foolish not to have them on there. And the do not sell my information. Does that make sense?
It does. Thank you so much.
Good. Now, out. I'm out. I gotta go.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
If you have any questions, we ask that you email them to info@clicklaw.com and we will record a 10-minute talk for you. And don't worry, we will leave your name and company out of the